What's going on, guys? I'm here with another video today, and it is another mock draft. It is currently Monday morning, I think about 10 days before the draft. We are very close, and there's some new information. I just wanted to get through another mock draft. So, I'm going to do it, but first, before we start the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment at the end of the video on what you think about this mock draft. But let's get right into it. So the first pick, we already know who it's going to be, Trevor Lawrence. I think this is the only lock in the NFL draft. Honestly, I don't think number two is a lock. I really don't. And using Pro Football Network just because if I need to do trades, I'm going to do them because I think I have one in mind, but we'll see. At number two, Zach Wilson has been the resounding favorite. I still don't think it's a lock just because I think Justin Fields is a better fit for the New York Jets. I don't understand exactly why Zach Wilson should be going to over Justin Fields. I have Fields as my number two quarterback, and I understand all the intangibles about Zach Wilson. But I think that Justin Fields is a better pick here just because his size will help alleviate the problems that the O line is going to have because Mekhi Becton's there, but really nobody else on that offensive line is starter caliber, and I don't think that it's going to be safe to have a quarterback like Zach Wilson who's had previous durability issues and who's a little undersized at 209, 214 pounds compared to Justin Fields' 228. And also, Justin Fields hasn't had as many durability concerns. So that's why I prefer Justin Fields here. I'm going to go Zach Wilson for the sake of this mock, just because he's a resounding favorite. But I think I might switch it up when I do a mock on who I personally like. But Justin Fields is the pick at number two. At number three, I'm going to switch it up here. I think I've had Justin Fields, and I think Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in the class. I'm going to switch it just because I don't think the 49ers are going that route. Michael Lombardi commented that the 49ers are absolutely not drafting Justin Fields, and because of the hype around Mac Jones and all, I'm going to go Trey Lance. That makes the only sense for the 49ers. Even though I said hype around Mac Jones, I'm going Trey Lance. Just because of the resounding fit. I'm writing an article on the 49er WebZone site. Check it out. That explains exactly why Trey Lance will be the pick over Mac Jones. But moving on to the number four pick. This is where I'm going to have my first trade. I think that Atlanta should trade the pick if they are not drafting Justin Fields. I find it preposterous that Justin Fields is available at number four. I don't think he slips past number four. I think that a trade up should be made. I think that Denver will do it, and they are going to secure the second best quarterback in this class. While I don't know how well he'll do in their system, just because I don't think the offensive line is too strong behind Garrett Bowles, I think that the rest have a little bit of improvement because Lloyd Cushenberry was the starter as a rookie. He wasn't amazing, but he was a rookie. And then they have, I think they have Jawan James, but they have a solid offensive line, which is why I think he can thrive a little more. So I just said, right, I don't think that I don't think that Justin Fields can really move past number four, and I think Denver trades up, gets the second best quarterback in this class. So there's Justin Fields to four. At five, we have the Bengals. Now, I personally have Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern rated a little higher just because I think his upside is higher given his athleticism. His athleticism is crazy for an offensive tackle. I think both players are going to start their career at offensive guard, and I also think that Rashawn Slater is the stronger guard at the moment. So I think that his floor and his ceiling are a little higher than Penei Sewell, but don't get me wrong, Penei Sewell is a great player. But I think that since the resounding favorite, that's what I do, but I think that the resounding favorite is Penei Sewell, so that's who I have at five. At number six, we have the Dolphins, and this is the best situation for the Dolphins, who traded down from three to six, and they have all four of the top receiving options available. My second rated player on my big board, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and Devonta Smith. I think that they should go Kyle Pitts here for the main reason. Tua Tagovailoa is going to be a quarterback that is going to be most successful when he is in the middle of the field. Of course, we saw the deep ball accuracy was not great last year. His reluctance to throw it was also not great. So I think the way to build his confidence is to work through the middle of the field and get him going in games. What is a tight end's job? To work through the middle of the field and get open. Kyle Pitts does exactly that on tape, which is why I think that he is going to be a great fit for Miami. Of course, they have to implement the two tight end set because Mike Gesicki is no scrub at all. But I think that they can do it. Kyle Pitts has the option to go out wide. He has the option to stay in the slot. He has the option to do a whole lot of things, which is why I think they're going to like his versatility. At number 7, there are a lot of options here. So personally, what I do is I, of course, go Trey Lance here because Jared Goff, you have him for 2 years. Trey Lance needs that time to develop, and then you implement him in your system when your team is a lot stronger. But I don't think that Detroit is actually going to go quarterback just because of their lack of weapons. I think that Jamar Chase is standing right here, and I think he'd be a great fit just because he resembles Kenny Golladay in a way. He's a little faster than Kenny Golladay, no question, but he's also one of those, contested kind of catch guys. He loves doing that. He loves the run after the catch. So I think that Jamar Chase should be the pick here. At number 8, we have the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina would definitely love a tight end. They've been missing one since Greg Olsen is gone. So I don't think that, I think that if Kyle Pitts was there at number 8, they'd definitely take him. But I don't think they take receiver just because they have DJ Moore, they have Robbie Anderson, so they have a good amount of receiving weapons. So I think that honestly they should go offensive tackle here. Cornerback could be an option because James Bradbury, the hole hasn't been filled yet. Patrick Surtain is here, but I think if they want to go quarterback, they should maybe trade down and Jaycee Horn instead. I think he might be a better fit just because of athleticism. Um, but I think that Rashawn Slater should be the pick here because you just traded for Sam Darnold. You probably want a protector, and offensive tackle is the second most important position in football behind quarterback. Maybe even edge, but yeah. At number 9, the Falcons traded back, and now they are in a prime position to take the number 1 cornerback off the board. For me, it's Patrick Surtain. I think that he is an excellent cornerback. I think that in press coverage, he is going to be great, and I think that he will be a solid pickup alongside A.J. Terrell. Alabama-Clemson rivalry, they're going to be on the same team now, but I think that he should go here. And that is going to leave at number 10 one player that stands out for Dallas. Now, their top 3 picks, in my opinion, at number 10 could be Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle, to fill out the injury holes that they always get at offensive tackle. You might start at guard but move out to tackle. Patrick Surtain at cornerback, and Jaycee Horn at cornerback, who is an athletic freak. And I think that Jaycee Horn here at number 10, Dallas should be happy with this pick. But this is leaving receivers that are going off the board pretty low. But right here, the receiver that the Giants should want is going to fall right into their laps. The number 8 player on PFN, but that is Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle's route running is great. I think his I think his speed is great. I know he had an injury last year that sped up way for Devonta Smith, but I think people are forgetting the reason Devonta Smith got that opportunity was because Jalen Waddle was injured. As great as Devonta Smith is, Jalen Waddle is just a little better, especially with the size. The route running ability is great. So I think that while both receivers are comparable, Jalen Waddle is just a bit of a better player. That leaves me here at number 12. Devonta Smith is on the board, and I think that they have to go Devonta Smith, especially if the cornerbacks are all off the board, the top 2, because I don't think Caleb Farley with his back injury should come here at 12 just because the durability concerns for long term. I think that people were saying that it's like an 80-20 chance for durability concerns that he has a long career or doesn't, and I think that's too high of a risk to take at 12. If they wanted Caleb Farley, they could trade down with a team like New England, who may eye Mac Jones. But I think that Devonta Smith is a great weapon for them for the future because they are lacking in receivers. Zach Ertz may be moved sometime soon. So I think that that would be a solid pickup for them. At 13, the Chargers. They have 2 really kind of holes on this team. In the secondary, they need a cornerback, especially with Michael Davis gone and Rayshawn Jenkins gone. But they also need an offensive tackle. They signed Brian Bulaga to be their right tackle. But there's one really, really solid left tackle on the board right now. I think the other players at this position, or at the offensive line position, don't fill the need as much as this one player. And if we go to offensive tackle, so there's Darrisaw. I think my second rated guy is Tevin Jenkins behind Darrisaw. But I think Tevin Jenkins is more of a, I don't think he's as much of a left tackle. I think he's more of a right tackle. And I think he's still in the stages of developing. I think they would want the more secure, safe pick, and that is Christian Darrisaw here. I really like Elijah Vera-Tucker. I have him higher on my board, but I think that Elijah Vera-Tucker is best suited to play guard and not as refined as an offensive tackle, which is why I don't think that they should go Elijah Vera-Tucker here. just because they need a more secure option for Justin Herbert. Because, of course, he's your franchise quarterback. You want him protected. That was a big problem last year. At 14, the Minnesota Vikings here really have a lot of options. If they wanted to improve their linebacking core, because I think forget his name. I think it was Michael Walker, but I'm not exactly sure. Anthony Walker might have been. But one of their linebackers just left, so they could improve the linebacking core. JOK is a great player. Micah Parsons is a great player. Either one of those options, even if they consider Jamin Davis, which I doubt they do, but he's also a solid player. So there are a lot of good linebackers in this class. So if they wanted to even trade down for one, that'd be solid. But I think that other holds for them are on the defensive end of the ball at edge rusher, opposite of Danielle Hunter, because they improved their D tackle position with Dalvin Tomlinson. Very good pickup there. But I think edge rusher could also be one. Jalen Phillips, I don't know why he's ranked 40 here, but Jalen Phillips is my highest rated defensive edge. I think that the durability concerns might scare him away here at 14. But I think that there are also a lot of other positions they could go, like offensive guard or offensive tackle. Riley Reef just left. You need that offensive tackle or offensive guard. And I think that the best player left on the board is Elijah Vera Tucker. And I think that maybe he could start at guard and kick out tackle and play the left tackle position later on in his career. At 15, so I know the resigning pick will be Mac Jones just because he's on the board and he's a solid pickup. I personally don't think Mac Jones is a first round talent, which is why I don't really want to go Mac Jones here. I think that Micah Parsons is a better player for them. They can improve that defense that had a lot of opt outs last year. With Micah Parsons, JOK could be a solid player. I think that they could also go corner with Greg Newsome. There's a good amount of corners in this class. Greg Newsome, Caleb Farley, who's falling. Um, they could also go him because J.C. Jackson, most likely, or Stephon Gilmore, one of the two is probably going to get moved. So they can go corner here too. But I think that with the amount of options, but there's so many players that they can go. I'm still going to go Mac Jones here just because I think they'd probably secure that quarterback for the future. I know the Tom Brady, Mac Jones kind of comparisons because of the build, not really mobile quarterbacks, but solid arm, not even solid arm, like not amazing arm strength, but solid. But the accuracy is there, so that's why I'm going to go with Mac Jones here. At 16, I'm going to stop the fall of Caleb Farley, I think, just because I think cornerback is such a huge need for the Cardinals, especially with Patrick Peterson gone. They have Byron Murphy, really don't have anybody else, and I think that Caleb Farley, they should take the risk here. They bit on Isaiah Simmons, who was falling last year. They're going to secure another good player here with Caleb Farley. Moving on to 17, we've got the Raiders, and I think the Raiders should go here one or two positions. They should go offensive tackle or they should go linebacker. I prefer offensive tackle at 17 over linebacker just because of how deep the linebacker class is. You have Parsons, Owusu Koromoa, Jamin Davis, Saban Collins, Baron Browning, Jabril Cox, Nick Bolton. There are so many good linebacking people or linebacker players that are probably going to be there in the second round. So I'd probably shy away from linebacker and rather go offensive tackle here. Tevin Jenkins is still on the board, and I think you got to take him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you're new, subscribe if you've gotten here, and be sure to turn on post notifications for the next couple of NFL draft videos. It's only 10 days away, and I want to give you guys the best content that I can. So drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you want to see a full mock draft, drop it down in the comments if you had any discrepancies with my mock draft, since of course it is all subjective, my opinion. While it's not my opinion, it's just what I thought other teams would be doing. Drop down what you think other teams would be doing down in the comment section below, and thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.